Hello, everybody, welcome to my channel. Today, I will recap and explain the recently released Korean horror movie called The Eighth Night. The film is based on a Buddhist legend called Diamond Sutra. This occult thriller murder mystery is a mixture of Buddhist philosophy and folklore. This film is quite non-linear, you will not understand anything after watching it for the first time. That's why in this video I am explaining everything. Buddhism's original books are in the Sanskrit language. That's why at the beginning of the film we are told about this legend in a Sanskrit voiceover. 2,500 years ago a monster from hell started opening the door between the earth and hell. Then Lord Buddha came in front of him and separated his both eyes, in which lied his whole strength. These two eyes were the black eye and the red eye. But soon these two eyes started running away from the hands of Buddha. Buddha grabbed the black eye and covered it in a box, but the red eye ran away. It escaped for 7 nights. On the 8th day, it realized his escape was also an illusion of Buddha. That's why it pretended surrender. Buddha kept one box in the east that is in Korea and the other in the west that is in India. Now the story starts in the year 2005, here we see an archaeologist, Professor Kim, in the desert of India. He had found that red eye box here. Along with it was a warning plate written in Sanskrit. Professor Kim claims that this is the legend of the Diamond Sutra. Upon carbon dating the box, it turns out to be not an ancient one but rather a recent one. Professor Kim faces abuses, the media calls him a cheater and a fraud. Professor Kim gets very angry with this, he tries to take revenge on all those who abused him. He was absolutely sure that it was real. Now, the year is 2019. The day was a total lunar eclipse where the color of the moon was reddish. Hence the name Blood Moon. According to the legend, red eye can be awakened only on the day of the blood moon. Professor Kim now opens that box, there was a small leaf in it, he puts blood samples of 6 people on it. By cutting his hand, he pours his own blood on it. For a moment nothing happens, considering his lifelong theory to be wrong, he now starts committing suicide. Just then the box starts to stir, and the leaf is converted into an eye shape and appears in front of Professor Kim. Later it possesses him. In Korea, Buddhist monks had been protecting the black eye for centuries. For this there was a dedicated monastery. Here we see an old monk Banti Haejong who now feels the awakening of the red eye. He had a black eye box with him. Banti Haejong's health was poor, he was a guest for only a few days. Now the day is won. Here we see a man named Park Jin-soo at a construction site. He was an ex-monk and had been a disciple of Banti Haejong. In the monastery, Park Jin-soo's name was Banti Sunhwa. In the monastery, we see a trainee monk named Chong-suk who has been on silence for 2 years. Banti Haejong now narrates the further story of this legend to Chong-suk. Buddha buried both the eyes in different places, and sent 2 of his disciples to Korea. One was a Virgin Shaman and the other was a nameless monk. Their job was to protect the black eye and stop the red eye. According to the legend, after centuries, on the day of the blood moon, red eye will wake up again and a helper will help him. He will reach black eye on the 8th night by possessing 7 people for 7 nights. Since now the red eye has been awakened, we have to stop it. If we kill any one of the 7 people, then the red and black eye will not meet. Hell's door won't open. Banti Haejong asks Chong-suk to find Banti Sunhwa and bring him to the monastery. Furthermore, in the forest of another city we see a hunter who was hunting a rabbit. Then we see someone's hand on this hunter's shoulder. Now the day is second. Near this forest there was a hotel called 4 Seasons. There we see a lady named Seosuk in a room with her boyfriend. Lady says to her boyfriend that till last year, I used to go to a meditation camp. My life was a mess, I needed help. In the camp I used to get free health checkups and money for attending. It helped me a little bit. Here Professor Kim was running that meditation camp. He had taken out the blood sample of this lady, which later he poured it on the red eye. The hunter who was possessed by the red eye arrives at this lady's room smelling her blood. In the monastery, Chong-suk got a dream in which Banti Haejong gave him a black box. He asked him to give it to Banti Sunhwa. Next morning Chong-suk learns that Banti Haejong has passed away. He had the black box beside him. Now it's day 3. The police officer Hote and his team arrive at the 4 Seasons Hotel. There was the dead body of that lady's boyfriend, all her belongings were there, the body of the hunter was also there, which had completely decomposed in a single night. There was a strong smell from it. He was seen entering the CCTV, hence the police suspected him of murder. But the puzzling thing here was that the lady was also missing. Chong-suk now takes Seonhwa's address from the other monk and sets to find him out. We see Seonhwa, that is Park Jin-soo, alone in front of a candle. He was hearing the voices of many souls. He was a shaman. His job was to send the souls to the afterlife. But for some reason he had left that job. That's why the souls were troubling him. Souls were asking him for help. Now it is day 4. Chong-suk arrives at Park Jisoo's town for him. His black box bag gets stolen at the railway station. Here we see a girl near him whose importance we will know later. Officer Hote finds the body of that lady in a restaurant. That too was decomposed like a hunter. There was a nasty odor. The officer was confused here. He started to treat these as serial killings. He asked the forensic team to check for every evidence properly. Here we also see another officer named Dongjin, who used to be Hote's partner. He had saved Hote's life in an accident a year ago. In doing that, he broke his leg and head. Since then he has been working at a desk job. The police chief wanted to fire Dongjin as he was no longer fit to work there. But the officer Hote was keeping him there as a courtesy. Seeing this case, Dongjin suggests a wild idea. A few days back a similar difficult case had come to another police station. Then Dongjin's friend took the help of a famous shaman named Virgin Shaman. Then the case was easily slowed. Here Dongjin talks about taking the help of that shaman, but Hote scolds him for believing in such stupid supernatural things. Chong-suk meets Park Jisoo and gives him a letter which states Banti Haejong has passed away. The letter also says that the monster is awake. Chong-suk was still in silence. Next we see a delivery guy stopping his scooter near a tunnel. In the middle of the night there was a girl who he recognized. Both of them also went to the same meditation camp where that lady Seosuk went. This girl was possessed from Red Eye. She made that delivery boy her new victim. Basically, all these people were the stepping stone to the Red Eye. Next we see that delivery boy in front of the Virgin Shaman's house, where a girl gives him a sample of blood. It was the same girl who stole the black box from Chong-suk. Park Jisoo also gets a dream of Banti Haejong. In the dream, they say, "I am looking at many souls behind you. You have to send them into the afterlife. This is your karma." We can see many eyes behind Park Jisoo. We can clearly see many souls in the form of eyes. Banti Haejong called the Virgin Shaman the 7th stepping stone and asked Park Jisoo to kill her. Now it is day 5. Park Jisoo takes out an old bag containing an axe, a garland, a letter, a shirt covered in blood. There was also a photo and address of the Virgin Shaman. She was a disciple of Banti Haejong. Park Jisoo and Chong-suk now go to that address, and on their way, Park Jisoo gets food for Chong-suk with new boots. For the first time Chong-suk was traveling outside the monastery on his own. Hence, he was very happy. In the rage of happiness, he forgets his silence and says thanks to Park Jisoo. Officer Hote's team finds the dead body of that girl near the same tunnel. Her body too had decomposed like the rest. Park Jisoo learns that the Virgin Shaman has migrated to another city. That is, the same city where all these killings were happening. We see a school girl in front of a Virgin Shaman's house where a girl again gives a blood sample. This time we see another woman in her backyard, about whom we will find out later. At the railway station a memory haunts Park Jisoo. 20 years ago he had a car accident in which his wife and son died. The lady who committed the accident had passed away by committing suicide. Before she died, she wrote a letter to Park Jisoo. Chong-suk was the son of this lady who later grew up in the monastery. That's why Park Jisoo had some contempt towards him. This serial killings were a hot topic in the news and media. As Park Jisoo watched this news, he had an idea. He marked all killing sites on a map. His guess was that the Virgin Shaman's house must be near it. Hence, he and Chong-suk have now split up and started looking for her home. Park Jisoo was looking around the tunnel when Officer Hote saw him. He suspected him. He asked for his ID and checked it with the back office. When he asked Park Jisoo to show his bag, then panicked, Park Jisoo tried running. A small fight erupts between the two of them, and Park Jisoo flees. His map falls there. Chong-suk stumbled in front of a Virgin Shaman's house when it started raining. The same girl invites him to her house and offers tea, whom we saw earlier. He asks her if they met before, to which she denies. Here Chong-suk sees that other woman. While coming from the Virgin Shaman's house, Chong-suk saw that school girl who was possessed by the red eye. The girl gives him a creepy smile. Chong-suk breaks down seeing this and starts running. At the police station, Dongjin tells Hotei that Park Jisoo was an exorcist at the Buddhist monastery. In one case, he had done exorcism by beating a man. Then a case was filed against him in the Korean Buddhist Association. As he was not officially recognized, they had not given him the title of monk. That's why he was in jail for a few years in the fraud monk case, and is now a construction worker. Suddenly, Hotei remembers the map in Park Jisoo's hand which fell down during their fighting. He and Dongjin visit the tunnel site where they got that map. On their way, Dongjin gives a talisman to Officer Hotei. It was made by the same Virgin Shaman with Dongjin's blood. Hotei did not believe in such things, but he still keeps it under the pressure of Dongjin. After seeing the map, they conclude that missing people may be the next target of a serial killer. They learn that a high school girl has been missing for 2 days. She went missing last year as well, where she was later found in a meditation camp. Later, Dongjin says another dead body has been found on a nearby mountain whose condition is similar to the rest of the victims in this case. He now goes to the station and starts looking at it. Chong-suk meets Park Jisoo and gives him the address of the Virgin Shaman. When he learns that Park Jisoo is going to kill her, he disagrees. He runs away from there and goes to save that shaman. Park Jisoo follows him. Hotei was in the same area then when he got a call from Dongjin. He says that the man whose body we found on the mountain this morning is that of Professor Kim. He has been running a meditation camp since the year 2016. Surprisingly, all the people who died were attending his camp. Dongjin was in shock as the missing school girl and the local Virgin Shaman were also on that list. Hotei then takes Shaman's address from him and orders him to arrive there. Chong-suk arrives at Virgin Shaman's house and drags that girl away from there. Just then, officer saw Park Jisoo again, with an axe in his hand. He started following him. Park Jisoo arrives at the shaman's house and finds a woman imprisoned in a room. Her face was covered. As Park Jisoo tried to attack her, but the officer Hotei attacked him first from behind and stopped him. There was a fight between these two. Just then that possessed school girl arrived there. She picked up the Hotei and threw him. Her hand burned as soon as she picked him up. Officer Hotei had that talisman in his pocket. It worked. But he had fallen unconscious here. The school girl was searching for that girl who went away with Chong-suk. She taunts and tells Park Jisoo that she has ran away from here. She also started running from there now. Park Jisoo runs after her with an axe. He does some chanting by writing with his blood on the axe. Then he started hearing the voices of the souls who were ragging him. All of them were leaving him now, as they were convinced that he would die soon. He won't be able to liberate them. Park Jisoo was shocked to hear this, but he moves ahead anyway, as he was not worried about his life. While running away, that school girl stumbled upon Dongjin. She does a drama of being chased by Park Jisoo. As Dongjin removes his gun and points it at Park Jisoo, he is asking him to drop his axe. As these two were staring at each other, the school girl smelled something in Dongjin. She suddenly jumped on him from behind and started attacking him. Soon Dongjin gets possessed by the red eye, and the school girl's body falls like a dry leaf. Dongjin burns the chanted blood on Park Jisoo's axe. Still, Park Jisoo tried to kill him, but Dongjin was powerful. He picked him up and threw him a couple of times and said, "You will not die here." He asked him to go to the monastery. Two other police officers also arrive at the scene and one of them points gun at Dongjin, seeing him near the dead body. Dongjin fires bullets at this officer, but the bullets turns out to be the fake one. After beating that officer, Dongjin drives away. Here Chong-suk was also taking the girl to the monastery by train. Now it is day 7th. Park Jisoo gets another vision of Haejong where he says that the monster is now on the 7th stone. After my death, you are now the successor of the monastery. On the 8th night, that red eye will meet black eye and open the door of hell. You have to fight it, you have to stop it. Next day Chong-suk and that girl arrive at the monastery. As soon as they arrive, the weather becomes bad, it starts getting dark. Chong-suk stays at a small house near the monastery. Possessed Dongjin also arrives at the monastery and kills the remaining monks. He starts laughing while sitting in front of Jong's body. Police finds the body of the schoolgirl. The photo of Dongjin's escape was captured in the CCTV. When Park Jisoo arrived at the house near the monastery, the girl with Chong-suk vanishes. Chong-suk was confused at her disappearance, as at her place the black eye box was appeared automatically, which was actually stolen by that girl. Now Officer Hotei was awake at that house. Here we get some clarification. the lady there starts explaining everything. She was the original Virgin Shaman. She also went to the meditation camp, and there she saw Śarīra for the first time. Śarīra was the same girl who went with Chongsuk. Śarīra was a ghost. In childhood, she had many abuses, she was suicidal. Professor Kim adopted her and gave her the education. When everyone started calling him a fraud, he asked for Śarīra's help. It was written in the tablet of Red Eye that a girl had to be sacrificed before waking it up. In the future, she will become the servant of the monster by becoming a lady ghost. Śarīra had committed suicide then. The Virgin Shaman says a few days ago, Officer Dongjin came to me to make a talisman. There I took his blood. Told him a lie that this was for the talisman, but actually it was for the Red Eye. I was the 7th stepping stone, but Śarīra changed my position. She made Dongjin the 7th stepping stone. All the 6 people had tried to commit suicide, Śarīra saved them and used them in this way. They were all destined for death. She is now crying while saying I have done all this just to save my life. She gave the address of the monastery to Officer Hotae. At the monastery, Park Jisoo prepares a trap for Dongjin. He covers the area with enchanted thread and sets a fire in the middle. Now on the 8th night, possessed Dongjin comes straight through this trap as if it were not working. He says the 8th stepping stone will be the one who is the heir of Banti Haejong and the one who can open Black Eye Box. You have left the monastery, hence you are not the successor, Chongsuk is the real heir. Your entire life is nothing more than a disappointment. He gives him a gun to commit suicide. Chongsuk was confronted by Śarīra who took off his robe and started being in a possessed state. Just then, Park Jisoo shoots Dongjin. Angered by this, he sends all the 6 spirits under him to attack Park Jisoo. We see 6 black figures attacking Park Jisoo from all sides. That's when we hear the sound of OM emitting from Banti Haejong's dead body. He drove away all those souls and got Chongsuk out of the possession. Seeing all this, Chongsuk started running where the officer Hotae also arrived. He was shocked to see Dongjin in this possessed state. Dongjin picks him up and throws him away. He was now moving straight towards Chongsuk. He grabbed his leg and was dragging him when Park Jisoo shot at him from behind and nailed his axe in his back. Seeing all this, the officer Hotae also shoots at Park Jisoo. In the midst of all this, Red Eye finally possesses Chongsuk. Dongjin's body also decomposes. Later, the possessed Chongsuk picks up Hotae and throws him on a tree where he dies. Possessed Chongsuk opens the Black Eye Box. Now both eyes were united. In the sky above, we see a portal opening. Possessed Chongsuk gives Park Jisoo a last chance and says you have suffered because of this child's mother, you have hatred towards him. Kill this child, set yourself free. We see Park Jisoo in the vision where Chongsuk was a child. Park Jisoo fights his emotions and feelings, he wins over his temptations. On Chongsuk, he makes a symbol in bloodstains. Later, by holding the possessed Chongsuk in the real world, he starts chanting. As Park Jisoo was an exorcist, he was removing that red eye from Chongsuk's body. This frees Chongsuk from the possession. Now the freed Chongsuk hits Park Jisoo with that enchanted axe, as that red eye has possessed Park Jisoo now. After some time we see Park Jisoo waking up as the axe was used to kill the demon, not the person. At the end, Chongsuk buried that red eye box in the same Indian desert. He also frees Śarīra's soul attached to it. So friends, this was the story of the 8th Night movie. The meaning of the title is deep. 8 nights means you only have 8 nights to stop the monster. If you rotate the 8, it will become infinity. Meaning the awakening of this monster will go until eternity. This is the karma and fate of Buddhist monks. 2,500 years ago a virgin shaman and a nameless monk were chosen for this work. Here Chongsuk was a virgin. Park Jisoo gave up his name Banti Sunhwa and became a nameless monk. Banti Haejong also explains the meaning of the black eye and red eye. Whenever a person gets worried, his or her eyes turn black, he or she does not see anything clearly, only he or she sees his or her problem. Whereas a person who is suffering from pain becomes a victim of anger, he or she starts expressing his or her pain with anger. Here the black eye is a worry and the red eye is a pain. When both worry and pain come together in a person's life, then life gets ruined. The film also talks about karma. Park Jisoo was trying to run away from his monk's karma. He was not helping those troubled souls. His family's car accident, his meeting with Chongsuk, and he becoming a nameless monk were all destined. According to Buddhism, one cannot run away from his or her actions, everybody has to face it. No one can escape from this impermanence. This is karma. I really liked this film. If you like the video, then please subscribe to the channel and comment your opinion. Thanks for watching. Take care.